Hey guys, what's going on? This is the conservative speaking, and I wanted to talk about Joe Biden banning banning oil from Russia. So we are no longer going to be dependent on Russia for oil. But here's the question: where are we going to get our energy from? I mean, it's not as if it's not as if we are energy independent. It's not like we have the pipeline, which would have produced over 800,000 barrels of oil a day compared to more than 500,000 barrels of oil that we import from Russia a day. So if you look at it, not only will we have had enough oil to supply for America, but we also could have been able to sell 300,000 barrels of oil to other countries that needed it. So not only will we have had enough gas for America, but we can actually sell gas to other countries. So we could have been at a surplus. Amazing. How did I know this? How is it that I know this and I'm just a regular vlogger? You know what I mean? But the president of the United States didn't happen to know that by that by creating a pipeline that we could have been energy dependent and we could have been able to provide oil for other countries. Amazing stuff. But anyway, this is why I call Joe Biden the great white dope, because the man is a dope. All right. He's not a leader, he is a loser. So now, considering that the national price for gas in America is about 4.17 a gallon, the fact that we don't have any other energy, the fact that we don't have any other energy to depend on for right now, that is going to double. I mean, I can expect that that number to double, because right as of right now we don't have any other country to go and get energy from, because we're energy dependent. When we have the opportunities to create our own oil on our own soil. But Biden believes in non-fracking, just like he said in his 2020 election. You know what I mean? Where he stated that he wasn't going to where he was going to be, well, initially where he said he agreed that he was going uh to to frack, and then come to find out that in other interviews he stated that he was going to be against fracking. All right, now we know where his true colors lay, but we all knew that. We all knew he was against fracking, and we knew that he was going to um, switch towards the so-called renewable energy. All right, giving a bunch of crap to Americans that are not only not going to be able to afford it, but it's going to be very inconvenienced. It's going to be an inconvenience to them, and they'll find out when we start switching from fossil fuels to electric. They'll find out for themselves. But yes, this is what it is, and right now, um, we are at a energy crisis, and everyone is going to suffer from this. But Biden doesn't think so, because Biden stated that we can be energy dependent, and that there were permits given to the oil and gas companies, and that it's up to them to drill. They're just not doing it. Well, could it be because the federal government is regulating on how they're supposed to drill? But Biden is stating that that by deregulating, that deregulating will not decrease the gas prices at all, even though deregulating will allow for the oil and gas companies to then drill and then be able to supply the amount of oil needed for uh, for America to be energy independent and to bring the gas prices down. Because the more you're able to supply, all right, if you're able to meet the if you're able to meet the demand through supply, then that's what brings the gas prices down. Because everyone will be able to get a significant share. All right. But when the demand but when the demand um outweighs the supply, then that means that the people that are supplying it are limited to their sources. But in the same time, they have to be able to sell enough to where they can be able to make a decent profit. So because the demand outweighs the supply due to a limited amount of the supply, they have to then raise the prices just so that they can be able to, to offset the original charge of not being able to have enough supply for the demand. I know it may sound a little bit confusing, but just understand this. All right. When the demand outweighs the supply, prices go up. When the supply outweighs the demand, prices go down. Plain and simple. That's economics 101. But Joe Biden doesn't seem to think so. If you don't believe me, take a look at this.
Loosening environmental regulations or pulling back clean energy investment won't, let me expand, will not lower energy prices for families. But transforming our economy to run on electric vehicles powered by clean energy with tax credits to help American families winterize their homes and use less energy, that will help. And if we do what we can, it will mean that no one has to worry about the price of the gas pump in the future. That'll mean tyrants like Putin won't be able to use fossil fuels as weapons against other nations.
Amazing stuff. But I don't know how Joe Biden can make a statement like that when Joe Biden did this.
After halting the Keystone Pipeline on his very first day in office, President Biden gave the approval for a controversial gas pipeline from Russia to Germany. Critics argue this will only strengthen Vladimir Putin and destabilize Eastern Europe. Senator Ted Cruz tweeted this: "The Biden administration is shaping up to be the most pro-Russia administration of the modern era." Senator Cotton, your reaction?
Yeah, Joe Biden is shutting down American pipelines like the Keystone XL pipeline, but he's helping construct pipelines for Russia. This is
Why?
Vladimir Putin's #1 foreign policy priority, so he can make Western Europe more dependent on Russian gas, and so he can bypass our NATO allies to the east, isolating them further. Joe Biden apparently is going to allow this pipeline to go forward, even though he has power that Congress passed on a bipartisan basis to sanction the owners and the operators of this pipeline, I guess because he doesn't want to offend Germany's delicate sensibilities. It just goes to show you how Joe Biden is putting America last, that he's shutting down American pipelines to provide good, high-paying American jobs, yet he's letting Vladimir Putin build a pipeline to Western Europe despite his opportunity to stop it.
Amazing stuff. Say it ain't so, Joe. So this is what this is all about. Oh, I get it now. This is what this is all about. All right? It's not about being energy efficient. No. All right? This is all about giving a specific person the power while screwing the American people down at the same time. Amazing. It's amazing that Joe Biden speaks about trying to provide renewable energy. All right, renewable energy to the American people, because the American people have to do what they can to contribute to the environment. And yet he allows Russia to build a pipeline through Germany and practically and also and potentially being able to control the vast majority of those countries in Europe to depend on Russia for gas. Amazing. That is amazing stuff. And then now, don't you find it ironic that that the United States wants to ban taking in gas from Russia, but they're still not willing to put sanctions on their pipeline. Oh no, we're just not going to do business with them. But does that mean that Russia is going to stop doing business with other countries when it comes to providing gas? Amazing stuff. It's. I mean, you're seeing this for yourself. Amazing stuff. Biden putting the American people dead last and allowing people like and then allowing Russia to become as powerful as they want to be. Mainly because the United States wanted to get the their gas from Russia. That was the whole reason why Joe Biden wanted to approve that pipeline, and why he was talking that crap that, well, the Americans shouldn't focus on fossil fuels. We should focus more on renewable energy. No, 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 dude. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. All right. It's about you putting the American people dead last while putting other countries and other countries' interests main priority, top priority over the American people's priority. Because remember, the Democrats work for the elitists, not for the American people. Amazing. Now, don't you find this ironic now that we have to now all of a sudden cut off? Now we all of a sudden we decide that we're going to ban Russia from importing oil into America, while we're scrambling now to figure out how to replace the very energy that we should have gotten from Russia. Well, Joe Biden actually has three countries in mind. He's looking to get oil from Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Venezuela. Really, are dire enemies to this country. All right, Saudi Arabia. We want to do business with a country that um, that creates human atrocities upon their own people. You know what I mean, including killing homosexuals. You know what I mean. Now, granted, it's they go by the Sharia law. Under the Sharia law, homosexuality is punishable upon death. That's their law. Okay. Now I'm a Christian. I mean, I don't believe in killing homosexuals. I mean, I believe that they should be able to be given the opportunity to overcome that if they want to. If not, okay, wish them well. But to kill somebody just because they choose to be immoral, it's a bit extreme, don't you think? But I guess the America could turn a blind eye, especially when it comes to begging them for oil. And now we're gonna have to beg Iran for oil, and you know what Iran is gonna want in exchange. They're like, okay, you want our oil, we want our nuclear weapons. Give us the opportunity to make nuclear weapons so that we can attack your very ally, Israel. And then Venezuela, we're really going to beg Venezuela for oil after what Venezuela has done to their people? I mean, the people are practically fleeing from that country due to famine, lack of food, lack of water, lack of resources, because the government has practically bankrupted that country, therefore bankrupting their people. And that's the very people that we're going to beg for oil when we can actually create our own oil. We can actually drill and have access to our own resource that can not only um, that we can not only provide to the American people, but we can provide to other countries that need it as well. Amazing. I mean, it's either incompetence or it's evil. but I'm going to take the other ladder. But let me know what you guys think about this. Leave a comment in the comment section after you subscribe to my channel. Click the like button if you like the video. Share the video if you find this video very informative. And subscribe to my channel, as I will be able to provide you content on a double. And after you subscribe to my channel, make sure you click on the notification button so that you'll be able to know when my content drops. And with that being said, this is The Conservative signing out. Have a blessed day, guys.